Okay, take two. We'll try that again. Just a really simple review here of a 2019 Can-Am Commander XT. It's got the 800. Now, got this thing back in November, and it's pretty much bone stock. I mean, I added on the doors and the mirrors and stuff like that. The windshield, the roof, but other than that, no performance upgrades. Honestly, for the type of riding I do, you don't really need any performance upgrades. You know, all of us, we all want the, you know, the Ostercruiser, the ATV, that kind of shit. And hey, you know, if we had unlimited money, or if I had unlimited money and I had a sponsor like they do, yeah, I'd want that too. But, you know, for the average Joe Blow who just goes out ripping around a trail, maybe finds a couple of mud holes, the stock rig is honestly more than sufficient. We got 27-inch Maxxis Bighorn 2.0 tires right from the factory, 12 wide in the rear and 9 in the front. And honestly, I know the size isn't the biggest, and the fronts especially, they look pretty puny and pathetic. But in terms of grip, guys, honest to God, they grip awesome. Like, I have zero complaints with these tires. If I were to upgrade them, it would only be to maybe a bigger tire, other than just to make it look a little bit better, but the tires themselves are pretty awesome. So for the ST package, from the factory, or XT, sorry, it comes with the winch and fair lead and all that stuff. And we got the winch control right there. There's your power steering, your sport, your 4-wheel, 2-wheel, push button start, and your light controls. 12-volt outlet there is always nice. So if you are ripping on the trail and you get a flat, you can always run a compressor off that. Comes with the upgraded gauge cluster, which is pretty awesome. And this, they call it a sports steering wheel. It literally doesn't change your performance at all. It just looks cool. Come back to the bed. It's pretty straightforward. Down there is lockable storage if you want it, or you can just take this top piece out here. This whole plate there, that comes out, and you can have really deep storage. But I mean, unless you're hauling firewood or maybe even going camping, other than that, I don't see the need to take it out. You can get a license plate mount that goes way down there somewhere, because in Ontario, where we are, yay, you have to have a license plate to be road legal. Other than that, price-wise, you know, I traded in a 19 Kodiak for it, so I think they gave me $8,000 for it on trade, so I ended up paying, I don't know, almost $13K for this. So call it, if you're just gonna pay cash for it, I would say go in there with 20 G's and you'd be fine. But in terms of price, yeah, it is one of the more expensive ones on the market, but you do get what you pay for. The Rotax engines are absolutely fantastic. Now, the one thing is, I will say this, and I've always been a Yamaha fan. Every ATV I had, and my parents have had, was Yamaha. The contributing factor, or the main factor to why I didn't go with a Yamaha side-by-side, because it really came down to the Wolverine or this. And I was really close to grabbing the Wolverine, but I opted for the Commander, and I'll tell you why. Price-wise, you get more bang for your buck with the Commander. The engine is more powerful. Yes, it's louder than the Wolverine, but it is more powerful. The only thing the Yamaha really had going for it was the fact that it has diff lock, which the Commander doesn't. You have to do that aftermarket. It just has Visca-Lock, which is, it's really you know, it sends wheel to, or power to the wheel that actually has traction. It's not like Yamaha's diff lock, which is a full 4-wheel differential lock. And the other thing was storage. The storage you can get on this thing is absolutely incredible. The glove box, you know, Yamaha's glove box wasn't anywhere near as good as this. The compartment underneath the bed there, It's not on the Yamaha. Why? Because the Yamaha's engine is back there, so that storage is gone. But that's why the Yamaha's quieter. So if you're, I don't know, everybody has their own reasons for choosing a side-by-side, but I like doing longer rides, like 300-400 kilometers in a day if I can, and extra gear is always nice to have. Fuel range, you get way more, obviously, out of a side-by-side than you do on an ATV. You can get maybe 300 kilometers to a tank on eco mode, which is that's a lot of fuel. And obviously, with this massive bed, you can carry a lot of fuel too. So there it is, pretty much a quick review. There's nothing I don't like about it, to be honest. I'm a big guy, I'm 6'2", and the driver's seat, when you slide it all the way back, there's more than enough room. If you can see here, these doors, they kind of bow out a little bit, so you got more room for your leg. Everything about this thing is actually, it's just mint. I have no complaints. Now, I'm sure when shit starts breaking, because I'm an idiot, I'll have something to complain about then. But yeah, zero complaints. I would definitely buy one again. And I know I'll get asked why didn't you go Polaris or Cowie or anything like that. Okay, Polaris, I don't know, it's always been drilled into my head that Polaris is junk. Yeah, they're powerful, but they're junk. So that's why I didn't go with Polaris. That, and you need a second mortgage and to give up the soul of your first 3 kids to actually afford a RZR. So there's that. And Kawasaki, they're just busting into the side-by-side game with the T-Rex or T-Rex or whatever the hell it is. And in terms of Arctic Cat, I never really liked the looks of the Arctic Cat. And look at this thing. Looks pretty badass if you ask me, for right off the factory floor. So there it is, my quick review of a 2019 Can-Am Commander XT 800R. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.